You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, B&B fans. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I want to talk about worrisome things on the horizon for Steffy and Finn and how Liam will benefit from it. And I just wonder if there's a chance that he orchestrated it. Let's dig into this sinful mess about a fan favorite couple and whether it's all about to fall apart on the CBS soap. But hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, please click that button. Now let's dig in. So we have Finn getting Xander Avant's version of the Baby Beth and Thomas tale. I noticed that Xander scrubbed almost all of his own shady deeds out of the tale that he told to Dr. Finn, Medicine Man. Maybe Xander's had a memory lapse, or maybe he's too ashamed to admit it, but there were plenty more people than Thomas wound up in that horrible Baby Beth stealing story, and I'm sure you guys remember it all. Xander's firing from Forrester was totally justified, and it sounds like he wants to blame Thomas for it, but Emma's fate aside, Xander would have still been fired once it all came out, even if Thomas never found out about the secret, never pressured anybody to keep it, none of that, because Xander was already keeping the secret. So when it came out, Xander still would have been fired, even if Thomas was not even part of that plot. So I just don't feel sorry for Xander, to be honest. And right now, I'm not loving Finn too much either. Let me tell you why. Finn knows nothing about any of this except for Xander's skewed version of events that conveniently downplayed his whole big role, huge role in the shenanigans. That alone, that biased version shifting all the blame onto Thomas is one reason to take that story with a grain of salt, maybe even a block of salt. Plus, Stephie lived the nightmare, okay? That whole situation was heartbreaking for her. She adopted a baby girl, if you don't remember or weren't watching back then, named the little girl Phoebe after her dead sister, her dead twin sister. And do you remember why Steffi adopted a kid? So Hope was pregnant at the time, and Steffi was really excited that Kelly was going to have a sister, Hope's daughter. Even though Liam had gotten to both pregnant, Steffi was like, oh, they'll be sisters. It'll be great because I grew up with a sister. But Hope told Steffi that her little girl, her little baby girl that she was about to have, couldn't be around Kelly, couldn't be a sister to Kelly because Taylor was involved in Steffi's life and Taylor had shot Bill. Kind of ironic given that Hope has let Deacon into her life and her kid's life, considering that he is a blatant criminal. I love him, but he is. So part of the reason Thomas was keeping the Beth secret was because he knew Steffi would be heartbroken to lose little Phoebeth. Of course, to be clear, his ultimate motive was to get Hope to marry him. But he definitely knew it would hurt Steffi to lose that baby, and that was part of the leverage that he used to keep everybody quiet by saying, Phoebe is perfectly happy with Steffi, everything's fine, la 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 la. Anyway, when it all came out, of course, it absolutely ripped Steffi's heart out. If you weren't watching then or don't remember, go back on YouTube and find those scenes of when Steffi had to give back the baby. It eviscerated her. It was one of the biggest losses of her life. So it is no wonder that Steffi wants Finn to just drop this because he wasn't there. He didn't know anything about it. And Xander was one of the people that lied to her face and hurt her. But instead of dropping it, Finn persisted. So the second Steffi's back was turned, Finn texted Hope, and now he's telling Hope Thomas murdered Emma. And in case Bold tries to flip the script, by the way, Hope already knows all of this. She knows about Thomas driving behind Emma that night. She knows all of it. None of this is news to her, according to Bold and the Beautiful History. Now, Bold may do a retcon and do it differently, but the fact is, Hope knows all of this. Everything Xander did, everything Thomas did, nothing there is a surprise. Finn has no new information. The only thing new is that Finn just heard Xander's version and is running around blathering about things he literally knows nothing about. He is repeating the words of a literal stranger that he is taking on faith and prioritizing above his wife's needs and requests. So, bottom line, Steffy asked Finn to drop it, and he is hurting his wife by keeping this up. And really, it's not one bit his business. Hope's not his business, and Thomas is only Finn's business in as much as they are in-laws, and that's it. He didn't know Emma. Finn doesn't know her from Adam's house cat. He was not around during the Phoebeth stuff, and accusing his wife's brother of murder based on the word of a stranger he has known for all of 7.5 minutes in an appointment is kind of over the top. So it seems to my eyes and my ears like Finn is taking Xander's word over Steffy's word, and now he's run to Hope, disrespecting his wife by siding with Xander over her, and is spreading accusations about Steffy's brother, whom she loves. And this has all been addressed and investigated thoroughly. So when Liam Spencer declared that he wanted Steffy to be his wife again, I thought, there's no way that'll ever happen, because Steffy loves Finn. And then right after Liam was saying all this, Finn saved her granddad Eric's life. So it was so hard to imagine how their marriage could fall apart. If it was just Liam standing outside, chipping away at their marriage, trying to make it fail, I don't think he would get any leverage. I don't think he could break them apart. But instead, Liam, waffle boy extraordinaire, can just sit by and let Finn blow up his own marriage. In fact, I wonder a couple of things about this whole deal with Xander popping up out of nowhere when he had left LA years before. Is Adain Bradley done already? Did he just have those 2 episodes to smack talk Thomas to Finn, set this whole thing up, took off out of town again? And if so, is there a chance that Liam is the one who asked Xander to come back to LA, make an appointment with Finn, pretend to be shocked he's married to Steffy, and then sling those accusations? I mean, Liam was desperate to get back with Steffy, and he still is, so I suspect he possibly could be up to something just that devious. On The Talk, the daily talk show, not that long ago, Scott Clifton appeared with some of the other guys, Lawrence St. Victor, Joshua Hoffman, who plays RJ, Matt Atkinson, who plays Thomas, and Tanner Novlan, who plays Finn. And Scott Clifton said, if you see the scripts that he's gotten, Liam is a villain right now. And what could be more villainous than using Xander to break up not just Hope and Thomas, but also Finn and Steffy? I mean, Liam couldn't know exactly how Finn would react, but he could definitely send Xander in there to drop this emotional hand grenade, knowing Steffy would have a visceral and emotional reaction and just hope for maximum damage. I mean, it's a very Spencer-worthy plot, if you think about it. It's exactly the kind of thing that Bill Spencer would have done back in the day when he was trying to steal Brooke from Ridge and other lusty lady schemes in his past. And to be honest, I would totally be down with Liam going full Spencer and pulling a scheme like this. The bottom line, whether Liam engineered this or not, whether he sent Xander to fill up Finn's ears with accusations or not, is that Liam can still benefit. He can just sit back, watch Finn betray Steffy's trust, watch him ignore what she asked him to do, and wait for their marriage to fall apart. Then Liam can ride in when Steffy's all sad and lonely so he can try and win her back. Sadly, it might work. And if it does, Liberty Bibberty might have a one-way ticket off of Bold and the Beautiful. So let me know what you think. Click subscribe and definitely comment. Is Finn about to ruin his own marriage? Do you think Liam set this up, or is he just going to benefit from Finn disrespecting Steffy's wishes and dredging this all up anyway? Let me know what you think and come back soon, because as always, we're here talking Bold 7 days a week, and I'm your host, Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.